to come back.
And then, unfortunately, I think we're going to see Bella back. And then we'll maybe get an intergender match.
Yeah. Well, I could see this rivalry kind of being like Ciampa Gargano, where they wrestle a couple times and it leads to a championship.
I want this to be for the WWE Championship.
Exactly.
This should be headlining WrestleManias, not Roman Reigns versus or whoever they're going to put him up against. I got Miz winning. We all have Miz winning.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. The crowd is going to go nuts for this. They love both these guys for all the right reasons. Let's go to a match that it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fine. I love both performers. The only problem is we saw it last month. It's Dolph Ziggler, who's the champion, taking on Seth Rollins. Singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
I just don't understand how you can have an Iron Man match and then go back to another singles match.
Yeah, well, there's a contract signing tonight. Maybe it'll lead to a stipulation. None of these matches have stipulations.
I mean, all right, here's...
For the most part.
When I look at this, obviously Seth Rollins backstage has been like, obviously, I can handle Dolph Ziggler in the ring, I can handle anybody in the ring, but it's the person on the side. That's obviously they have the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Drew McIntyre. Dean Ambrose has to come back. He has to be involved in this somehow.
That could be.
If Dean Ambrose... The only way I have Seth Rollins winning is if Dean Ambrose is going to help him. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Dean Ambrose is going to be there and he'll help. He's going to be there, and Seth's going to think, he's going to help me, but I think he's going to hurt him.
I agree with that.
I think
the classic swerve.
That's what I've been saying all along.
Because then Dolph Ziggler has the championship. He can, it creates opportunity for other people. I would, assuming the next guy up would be like Finn Balor.
Well, it could be Drew McIntyre.
It could be, yeah.
I wouldn't want them to split up yet, but Balor is a good opponent for Ziggler. I personally want this to be a different type of match. Maybe a ladder match. That's not happening on NXT. It's not happening here. There's a rich history of SummerSlam. The first TLC match was at SummerSlam. Razor versus Shawn Michaels 2 ladder match was at SummerSlam. So why not do something different, add something to it? The Intercontinental Championship match is synonymous. The ladder match is synonymous with this title. 1998, Triple H versus The Rock at Madison Square Garden. That was a ladder match for this title. Do that. Add something different, because this just being a singles match, I have no interest in.
It's not doing it for me, yeah.
No.
I got Ziggler retaining.
Ziggler's going to retain.
I think Rollins, this is a guy, again, who's so over with the crowd. He's the most over babyface on Raw.
And also,
right? Is he not?
Yeah, he is, probably.
Yeah. So why not?
Else?
This guy needs to... It's him and Braun. And I'm sick of Braun. I'm sick of Braun Strowman.
He's a tweener.
I think he stinks. He doesn't stink.
I think
I'm sick of his.
They're ruining the way they're booking him. And
ever since he teamed with the kid at WrestleMania, it's been a problem.
It's really, they haven't done his character justice. I want Ziggler to win this.
I want Ziggler to win. I want Seth to have that feud with Dean Ambrose if he comes back. And also don't forget again. Also, if the Universal Championship does change, well, we'll get to that soon. But
that's why. That
opens up more opportunity for so many other people.
That's where Rollins should be. But he should be in the world title match.
The only thing with Dean turning on Rollins now, it's kind of a WrestleMania match. So what other pay-per-view do you even put that at?
Do it at a Survivor Series, which is their big four. This is going to be a stadium show, so you could build it towards that. Again, this could be a main event. And listen, they've been jumping the gun on a lot of these feuds. It's not the WWE of old where you build a feud for a year. You see some of these matches just happen a month later for no reason. You have Cena versus Lesnar, their first feud. It just happened when Lesnar came back.
And going back to Ciampa Gargano once again for the third time now, they got lucky that Ciampa got hurt almost because it set up the big build.
And that's been done so brilliant, and that's another reason why 4 NXT pay-per-views a year is so good, because you don't have this every month. You don't have to have Ziggler versus Rollins 2 pay-per-views in a row. It's stupid. All right, let's move on quickly. The match I don't really care about. Bludgeon Brothers versus The New Day. Why is The New Day in this match?
And they've already been squashed by them.
Why is it not the Bar?
Because face versus heel.
But you couldn't make the Bar a face.
I know you could.
It should have been Sanity. I don't understand.
Yeah, this is the only thing I would say with SmackDown that doesn't really make sense in terms of the SmackDown side. I'm going to be honest, though. I have the New Day winning it only because
No.
I don't think so. It's not going to happen. But this, from my logic and the way that they should do it, it's just so it opens up more opportunity for other tag teams.
It would make sense, but it's not going to happen.
Then who's going to beat the Bludgeon Brothers?
Someone not on the roster.
I'm thinking eventually the Bar will get their opportunity, right?
Okay.
I don't know if they'll win, but that just sets up more feuds. It might be a put-together team, whether it's a Daniel Bryan and someone or
what
whomever.
about eventually Sanity when they turn face?
But when is that going to happen? They need to make that change soon. If that's going to, fine, I'll be okay with that if they make it happen. But They started off, the reckoning is here and all this stuff. So I think that's what they're going to be sticking with for a little bit. But either way, this is another match where it's just like...
Unless, and I'll put this quick, maybe Aiden does help Rusev win and they finally get the full face turn. I doubt it. But then you could have them beat the Bludgeons.
I just don't see Vince being behind those two to beat these monsters. I don't think Vince likes Aiden English at all. I know he doesn't like Rusev from all accounts, whether it's Rusev cutting his hair without Vince knowing.
Or the whole Undertaker thing.
And Vince is a strange guy. He sees a girl like Lana and thinks, why is she with him? And he's just thinking, I don't like this guy.
Well, Lana also needs to pick if she's American or Russian, because she goes back and forth way too much.
Yeah, I mean, kayfabe is dead. They don't really stick with that. Whenever she's on Total Divas, isn't she
but
just
even
CJ
on
Perry, whatever her name
1 week she's talking English.
Is she?
And 1 week she's got a Russian accent.
Yeah,
that's
need to
ridiculous.
Fix that.
All right, let's move on to another match I don't care about. Braun Strowman, who's the Money in the Bank holder, or the Monster in the Bank holder, taking on Kevin Owens. This is a singles match for the Money in the Bank contract.
I
got Owens winning this.
I don't.
I would hope he does.
I don't. I think Braun Strowman's going to win. I think they're just doing this to, as Slice Wrestling has tweeted out in the past, to kind of like disguise that it's possible that Braun Strowman can cash in. And
they did a similar thing with Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. When Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble, he put that on the line against Randy Orton and eventually won. So it might be the same exact thing.
Okay.
It's just giving Braun something to do.
Yeah, and it's a shame because a guy like Kevin Owens, to me, he's top 3 in the company right now.
If Kevin Owens wins and then what's the cash in later in the night, I'm not
all for that.
But I'd rather have Braun do it.
I mean, we've also seen that before. I don't know if you remember Edge beat Mr. Kennedy when Mr. Kennedy won the Money in the Bank.
Yes, because
so we've seen it before.
It's a strange thing. Kennedy, they thought he was going to be injured for a longer time, and then he ended up not having to get surgery. Yeah. But unfortunately, they took the Money in the Bank off him, and it went all downhill for Kennedy.
That was the end of his career.
He eventually got fired for dropping Randy Orton on his head, which maybe is a good thing, looking back at what Orton was doing at the time. All right, this match, it's just meaningless. Again, I think I personally, maybe I want Owens to win, but I mean, he's just going to get buried. He hasn't gotten that push, and he did such good stuff.
It's unfortunate too that he's kind of turned into this
joke,
like jobber joke.
Yeah, he really.
And Jinder Mahal is like his jobber ally.
Right now.
My
Shanti. Let's move on.
Think about how good Owens was when he headbutted Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
that was the most
great.
Real. It wasn't goofy
one
stuff.
Of the best heels.
The whole Shane feud was good. Till the very end, when they started getting too much with it.
Yeah.
That whole feud was really good.
It was some of the best programming in that first quarter of the WWE. So we got 3 matches left, 3 title matches. Let's do the women's match. Alexa Bliss, who's gorgeous, and I'll be seeing her this Thursday at Caroline's in the city.
Free tickets?
I got it. Yeah, if you want to get it, you just got to email not Sam Roberts.
Should have been on top of that, Dom.
Tickets are still available, so I'm going to see Samoa Joe and Alexa Bliss.
That's cool.
Hopefully I'll get a picture with them, but she's taking on Ronda Rousey.
I would love for them to stay in character, and then you just be totally shocked.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, they're
That'd
really
be great.
rude.
I love your work, Joe. Shut up. Yes, sir. Bliss, she can't win this, right?
I think Rousey's going to win. But, hey, it is possible that Bliss can win.
And as I said, I had Bliss winning until I saw that little thing in Texas, so Ronda's going to win.
Yeah.
I got this. Listen to this.
Get it quick.
Nia Jax teams back up with Alexa Bliss.
That would make no sense.
Of course it doesn't make sense. But that's pro wrestling. I'm going with that.
The only thing that could happen is Natty turning on Ronda.
I don't think Natty's going to be. She's probably going to be at a funeral.
Well, that's true.
That's true.
So I don't know. Hopefully, I don't like when they take advantage of deaths, but sometimes it's not the worst thing. Like when Eddie Guerrero died, they pushed Rey Mysterio. It was a little too forced with that thing. But when Dusty Rhodes died, they did nothing. They should have pushed Goldust and Cody Rhodes. So maybe they'll do something.
And I hate to say it, but like you said, maybe Natty's father's death could lead to the turn on Ronda. And that could lead
exactly. And, she kind of wants the sympathy, and then she just says, you know what, screw this.
She's sick of not being in the spotlight.
Yeah. It could lead to some really good stuff, and unfortunate that her father had to pass away. But
to lead to it,
yeah, I mean, it could lead to some good stuff. Here's the match I wish would headline the show. It's not going to. It's AJ Styles, who's the champion, versus Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe wins this.
Really?
He has to win this.
No, AJ wins.
AJ wins.
Really?
And I think it's for one reason, and one reason only, that it's been since the past couple of months, is that AJ Styles is on the cover of 2K19. I think they're going to have him keep that WWE Championship until...
he's not losing the belt till that happens. I have him losing the belt to either Andrade or Miz.
The Miz, I wouldn't mind. I don't know if Andrade's ready for that.
Well, they've already tested the match on SmackDown, and he did a really good job.
But a guy who's only been on the main card for a little bit, I'd rather have the Miz as
Finn won the belt within a month of on the main card.
And how'd that go?
He got hurt.
And then how'd it go with his return?
Okay, well
that's booking's fault.
That would be. You know how different in a different situation we would have been if Finn Balor probably didn't get hurt. Different.
Or if Rollins didn't kill Sting.
Yeah,
Rollins is just he's dangerous. As
AJ Styles taking the dub.
I got Joe winning this. I want Joe to win this because he's a guy who's never had that singles run. He deserves it. And he's up there in age. I mean, this is a guy who's been wrestling for 20 years, so it's not like he's a spring chicken. These two have had great matches in the past. We'll see if they could do it on the main roster in a big match situation. This is going to be our last thing right here. Brock Lesnar, our champion, Universal Champion, singles match versus Roman Reigns. Roman's winning this.
Roman Reigns is winning, and it's leading to a cash-in by Braun.
That night.
I think it's going to be that night because Roman Reigns winning. Everyone's gonna be happy that the title is off Brock, but at the same time, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Roman has the title." Yeah. So you have Braun Strowman cash in. It's a perfect moment. Bada bing.
Nope.
That's it.
Brock's winning. And even if Roman wins, no matter what happens, Braun is cashing in on Monday Night Raw.
All right, that is possible too. Either way, if this weekend ends with Braun Strowman as Universal Champion, I'll be happy. I could be wrong for SummerSlam.
Do you think that's going to be the closing match? Right?
There's
no way they match with
Roman always main events.
That's the problem, though.
So does Brock.
I don't want the crowd to go home unhappy. That's where I could see Dom's thing coming true with the cash-in, because that will send the fans home happy.
But if Brock beats Roman, the crowd won't go home unhappy because Roman didn't win.
I think they're sick of Brock Lesnar.
They
regardless.
are, but they'll be rooting for him against Roman regardless.
You think? I think it's going to be a vicious boos all around.
Yeah,
saying kind of like the WrestleMania 20 match between Goldberg and Brock. I think the crowd's just going to hate this from the get-go.
And I just think Brock's finally going to be competing in a ring, so Braun Strowman's going to take advantage of that because he's been saying, "Oh, I want Braun Strowman. I've been wanting Braun Strowman." Now he's finally in the ring. Go do what you got to do.
I'm telling you right now, as a fan, what I want to happen this weekend is Kevin Owens cashing in on Roman Reigns. It just will never happen.
That'd be amazing, and I would like for AJ Styles to main event this pay-per-view because he hasn't done that as the WWE champion. We're going to head on out of here. The home stretch is up next with Andrew Zucker. I know he's
solo today, or are you just chilling in here? Oh, okay.
And you guys,
no, I got someone else.
You guys aren't talking Tiger Woods. You have to talk Tiger Woods. That was some great golf yesterday. I know, I don't think Eric's here to talk, but Andrew's going to be here. He does a great job. So stay tuned for that. For Jake the Snake, Dominic Arbolino, I am Justin Greenberg, and we are heading out of here. Have a good one, guys.